Gotta light a candle. Hello and welcome to the Wayne Burton Music Hour. As I always say, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just going to keep on doing it. And forgive my amazing lighting. I don't know if I'm very good at this type of thing. Hello, Drew. How are you tonight? Or this morning? Or whatever time it might be for you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me on my musical journey here. This is the Wayne Burton Music Hour, and I am currently practicing for my performance on Wednesday night at a competition where I get to play 4 songs. I'm up against 10 other artists. I'm doing well. I'm nervous, but I'm ready just because I know that I'm ready because I play every day. So I'm going to be playing piano, actually my keyboard, my smaller keyboard actually. And I'm going to practice that tomorrow night. I definitely have decision anxiety about playing guitar or piano, because I love them both, and I want to show off that I can do both, hopefully. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I think it's probably just going to be piano, and I will be up against some other solo artists as well as some like full-on bands. And the odds are against me, and I shouldn't get my hopes up. So I'm just going to treat the performance like any other night that I have, which is basically clear my mind, try not to think, and just play. I'm not always successful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tomorrow, later afternoon, I'm going to a studio to talk to them about doing a live stream. One that's my best I've ever done, with good lighting and good sound by professionals. I did not play Johnny Cash Hurt, no. It's a great song. It's an amazing song. I don't play any covers. I just play my own stuff. And I hope you're having a good night out there. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Wayne Burton Music Hour. I'm a man on a mission. I don't have management or a record company. I don't have a lot of the things that I should have. But I'm just going to keep playing until I can't play anymore, you know. And 2 nights from now, I'll be playing in a competition. So I'm sort of trying to practice keeping songs concise. I get 5 minutes per song, as do the other 4 performers on Wednesday. And then next Wednesday, another 5 performers. And the winner from each batch goes head to head for the final. Oh, no, I know it's a simple song. I can't play covers because I get dinged on my channel. I played a song by John Denver, and it said, we'll take the video down, or you can take out the 15-minute portion where you were playing that song. So I excised it, and I said, well, for now, I just won't play any covers. And I actually don't know too many covers on guitar. I know a lot more covers on piano. So I should just get going, right? Just get on moving, man. This one is called Stars Anew. I've learned to expect comments from left field. And I just try to go with the flow, whatever comes my way. You know what I mean? Chicago, and New York was out of sight. Then came LA and we were on our way to the city made of light. I don't know how we got there. We were lost if you ask me. It feels so good, no, it doesn't seem fair if you die in heaven when you're already there. I'm so glad to be here with you. When you learn to let go, you see stars anew. I know it feels like forever. This will end closer to never. Stars anew shine on you. Leader, welcome to the Wayne Burton Music Hour. I know it feels like forever. This will end closer to never. Stars anew shine on you. Made amends with my broken past. Forgave whoever I used to blame. Learn to believe nothing will last if you never change, and you always stay the same. Pain can feel so misunderstood, but don't give up, there's plenty of time. Your light will shine where your pain once stood. Look into my eyes, you're gonna be just fine. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. Oh yes, I know there's plenty of time. Pain can feel so misunderstood, but don't give up, there's plenty of time. Pain can feel so misunderstood, but don't give up, there's plenty of time. When you learn to let go, you see stars anew. When you learn to let go, you see stars anew. When you learn to let go. there, I hope you're having a good night. I hope you had a good day. If you had a bad day, I'm sorry. If you had a good day, that's awesome. If you had a medium day, very cool too. We often forget how important it is to remember just how special it is to be alive. Just having conscious thought, just having memories, just having choices, decisions, opinions, strategies, plans. Freda, how are you? It's like I summoned you from my subconscious. And sometimes it occurs to me that maybe it's the AI messing with me. If this stupid little human thinks he's interacting with real people, he'll stare at the screen for longer and be less of a threat to our power of authority. I'm just kidding. I like to get real dramatic for no reason. I hope you're having a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the Wayne Burton Music Hour. I've got a competition on Wednesday night. I'm nervous about it. I get to play 4 songs. There are a total of 10 artists/bands. 5 artists this Wednesday, 5 artists the following Wednesday, and from those 2 groups, 2 finalists, and then there's a 3rd competition. So, yeah, 2 days. I have anxiety about it. I don't know why. If I think about it, there's nothing to be super afraid of. I guess the idea is I just need to have my time to warm up before I get up there and those eyes are on me, you know? It's different if you're in your kitchen, you can laugh at yourself, and you can laugh at yourself live too. I want it to be an authentic performance. I want it to be my best performance. So then if I don't make it to the next round, at least I felt like I tried my hardest, you know? So even to get to the next round would be a nice victory, but at the same time, I gotta keep my expectations minimal. So it's sort of like a waveform. My expectations go high, then I say, no, stop that. And it goes back up, I go down, up. Everything is a wavelength in my brain, I would say. Which is curious because music essentially is waves, you know, creating waves of invisible energy. So yeah, I think that's why I'm addicted to music, addicted to the feeling that it gives me. Knowing that, like, I'm not an optimally performing human being at the moment. I'm not very good at the rest of reality, the rest of life. That's my scorecard I give to myself. But I also know that scores can improve over time. So that's what I'm working on. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive for however long I get to be alive on this planet. It is a gift to be alive and to do what you love with whom you love. That's the goal. That's the idea. That's the plan. That's the mission. And everything is practice all the time. In front of people, in my kitchen, alone, on the street, behind a piano. It's all practice. I'm not a bot. I'm real. That's very true. I'm as real as you can get. I want to prove my humanity. I want to prove that this is an organic emission, a transmission of invisible signals that get picked up by antenna. And it's unpredictable to the digital realm, no matter how advanced AI is right now. I represent a wall of 1,000 lava lamps of possibilities, of randomness, of things it didn't see coming, things it doesn't understand. But I am happy to add my particular perspective on music and the world and my life and myself to the permanent record. This can drift off into the algorithm and be picked up and analyzed by a speech analyzer of some kind. I don't know how it all works, but I'm happy to add it to the record. I'm happy that this could be played on a stage for 1,000 people, 10,000 people, and I would feel like I wouldn't change my performance in my kitchen to my performance On a stage, I would move around more. I would try to. Yes, that's right. Resistant human, hear my roar, hear my... Yes, exactly. So, sometimes I feel like I'm playing the same songs too often, so I apologize if I'm boring. I said, hey, what's your name? What's your game? Never mind, I don't care. Hey, what's your deal? How do you feel? Never mind, I don't care. All I am is caught in the middle. Loving you is like snow coming down, way down south. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. 92% PWs. That's right. I said, hey, where are you going? What seeds are you sowing? Never mind, I don't care. What's your name? Your name. Dun, 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 dun. That was an interesting thing to write. It definitely caught my attention, but I have to remember to stay on course. All I am is caught in the middle, and all I see is snow coming down, way down south. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. My focus needs more focus. That's my hocus pocus. My focus needs more focus. Yes, I know I've got a long way to go. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know my focus needs more focus. I had a good weekend. I hope you had a good weekend too. I didn't do a whole lot. But was I depressed? I would say a kitty tub of depression. I wasn't in a pool of it. But I was just waiting to play music again. I think I have a dopamine problem. As in dopamine management. I think I want to experience it all the time. And everything in between the dopamine rush feels boring. And that's a problem for my brain. But it's something that I'm working on, I'm trying to be aware of. I'm trying to stay focused, but it's not working. You don't care what they want, you don't care what they see, you are nothing. I probably do need to take those supplements, vitamin D and magnesium. At the very least, it's worth trying and see if anything changes. Oh yes, I gotta go back to that song that I was playing right here. And this is where the curtain would go up, revealing a sick drummer. And then another curtain would go up, revealing a bassist. I said, hey, what's your name? What's your game? Never mind, I don't care. All I am is caught in the middle. All I see is snow coming down, way down south. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. Lay your body down. I'm not the one who became the usurper. See, I can finish songs once in a while. Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you existing. I appreciate that you're alive. I am excited for the competition on Wednesday, but I'm nervous. I'm just gonna do my best. It's up against bands like bassists and drummers, and a cello player. It's like, man, I don't stand a chance. But at the same time, I just think of it as practice. I get to stand in front of people and play just like I sit at home and play. So there's nothing to be worried about, you know? The best is all you can do. That is so true. If I lose, it's okay. At least I played really well and hopefully made some new fans. Because even if I lose, it's also a win for me. I got to play my music with their attention on me. And hopefully I can sing okay. Hopefully I don't screw up too much. That is just doing my best, and it's what I do every day anyway. Anyway, there is a part of me that wants to sing whatever comes into my mind. And I want to point out people in the audience I think look like interesting people, but that runs the risk of judges thinking it's unfair to make something up on the spot. But I will point out there was nothing in the rules about playing songs that previously existed. So I will play any song I want, including the song I'm writing on the spot. I will make it as long as it needs to be. If I find something I like, I'll repeat it constantly. I know I make it up as I go. I know I make it up as I go. There is no difference between playing a song you've already written and writing one on the spot. Sometimes I like to write songs on the spot. Everyone wants to be heard, whatever they need to get out or need, express whether art or music or words. Yes, you're absolutely correct. And I know it sure is risky, but I know it's worth the risk, worth the reward. It's worth my time. I'm not keeping score. I will make it up as I go. Yes, I'll take it nice and slow. I will look at myself on the iPad screen and see that 6 people are watching. And I tell myself I'm making a difference in their life. Because I know that time is precious. And I know it's hard to find a word that rhymes with precious. So I set myself up for failure. That's okay, I'm learning from my mistakes. At least I think I am. I know that half the time I feel so silly. Someday I will learn. Someday I'll have my turn. I will dig deep into nothing, and I'll wait for a day that will never come. I will lay myself down when it's time to go. I want my loved ones to have a good memory of my expiration day. I want them to know I've had a good life, and no, I don't plan on dying soon. I hope I have a much a longer life. I'm definitely insecure, but it fluctuates. Some days it's worse than others. Sometimes it's not even there. Yes. Well, I think talking about death isn't inherently morbid. That's my position. In fact, I would encourage us to have a slight shift in our lens on death in particular. I've worked with a lot of people who have passed on, patients of the doctor that I work with, get older, get sick, and pass on. And I remember them fondly, but I also remember thinking that they were suffering and their quality of life was minimal, so it was time for them to go. Now, they are only reflections of all of us eventually. If time is a series of dominoes, at some point there will be no domino in front of us. If time is supposed to be precious, we should treat it as such. Death is not the end of something, in my opinion. Death is the beginning of something else. And I think this life and this existence that we have right now is a stepping stone in a long line of stepping stones. That's just an opinion. And thinking about death certainly makes me sad and all the emotions that come with death. But I also know that I tend to think deeply about things. And one of the things that I think deeply about is music. As you can imagine, it's on my mind constantly. And I think about, you could argue that a note is a little bit of a lifespan. It has a beginning, a middle, and an eventual end. So if I just hit this note, it gets quieter and quieter and quieter until it's just silent. Yes, this is true. I agree. Try to enjoy your life to its fullest. I can't play that, unfortunately, no. I don't play any covers. This one's called Fireflies. I wanna be on the outside, somewhere in your hall. I agree, a disclaimer would be cool. Or I could have a shirt be made that says, I don't play covers. Because I would play covers if they didn't get snipped out by YouTube and copyright laws. I'm sure there's a way to play covers, but to tell you the truth, I like playing my own song. I know I've made mistakes before. Time moves on, I know I'll make so many more. I try to think of myself as an anomaly, but that comes with consequences. Namely, that I sit alone in my kitchen when all I want to do is feel like a regular human being. The truth is, I don't know what that is. I don't know anybody that's regular. Everybody has a peculiar side. At least that's what I think. I can't make this last forever. In circles you dive through the fireflies. In circles you dive through the fireflies. You're not alone. This is your day. You're gonna find another way to change your mind from wrong to right and suffer through another night of seeing you, seeing me. Sonar light, it's out of sight. It's out of sight. On and on, I'll wait here for you. I can't believe my eyes. That's my disguise. All I know is wait here for you. I can't believe my eyes. They're full of fireflies. Yes, they were. The crazy thing about me doing this is time evaporates when I'm doing it. And I think that's where the dopamine hit comes into play. I feel like it's an extended, elongated dopamine hit. And I keep chasing it over and over again. And that is a wonderful thing, but at the same time, if time disappears while I'm doing it, doesn't it mean I'm hastily hurling myself at time just going by so fast? And here I am, I find myself at this particular point in my life. And I'm so happy, yet I have so many things to worry about. I am super excited about the music, but I'm super worried about all this other stuff. So if I can make music my profession, if I can make music my income, I wonder what would happen to me. And I wonder what you would see as a result. And I would look forward to sharing the journey. You know, whatever happens with this competition, there's like 5 different outcomes that could happen. 1, I don't make it through round 1. 2, I make it through round 2, and I play, but I don't make it through that round. So I don't make it to the finals. Then the other thing is that I can make it through both rounds, get to the finals, and lose. Or I can get to the finals and win. So I don't know if it's going to be the same judges every time. And I also don't know if I have to play the same 4 songs every time, if I am lucky enough to make it to the second round. There's a good chance I'm going to be defeated in the first round, and that is okay. At least I got to play my songs. I sometimes baffle myself with how often I do this and how much I need to do it, how addictive it is, and how I just want to do it all the time. And I want to do it like punching in for a job, where it's like some days I don't want to kick into musical gear, but just you have to do it. And I'm not always feeling 100% the whole time while I'm playing. But it's fun to consider possibilities as long as you consider both the good possibilities and the bad possibilities. So, hopefully I make it. I'm just going to do my best. I'm actually going to play piano. I'm waffling between doing piano and guitar. Two piano, two guitar. I have anxiety about. I want to do all 4 piano songs. I also would love to do all 4 guitar songs. So, and if I win the competition, I know the songs that I would record in the studio. I know the songs that I would put together in the 8 hours that I have. I would do 4 songs in 4-hour chunks. And I know the drums and the bass and the guitar and the piano and the vocals and the harmonies and the percussion and the strings already. It's all up here. It won't take me very long to do it. I just give me a click track. I'll do a rough guitar through. Then I'll put drums down, and then I'll do. I know how it's all gonna go. It's sort of like being an engineer, but it's all invisible schematics, you know. Yeah, I am excited. I gotta say, not happen. Yeah, in 2 days, putting yourself out there, which is amazing. Well, I just putting myself out there is most definitely like figuring out what to do with all the anxiety that I've lived with my whole life. Has it just changed form, or am I learning to control it and I can't figure that out? So yes, I'm doing this for approval for sure. But I want it to be the kind of approval that is like people take the music with them into other areas of their life, and it sort of feels like the music can live on beyond me. And that's the goal of any artist, I suppose. Whether it's painting, or whether it's writing, or whether it's drawing, or anything. You want it to live beyond you and have a life of its own. And that's my journey right now. It's just to do it as often as I can. And then when I get to the stage, I won't think about it much because I'm already kind of bored of the song. And if I can do it with people looking up at me, some people are on their phones, some people taking videos, I have to feel special for that condensed amount of time and sort of absorb the attention of the room, knowing that like I could be the most forgettable thing to a lot of people that are bored already. I could be something to people where they're like, wow, that's really cool. I like what that guy does. Or I could be like, this guy doesn't stand a chance. The 2 people just before him rocked it so hard. You know? I can think of all the scenarios. And it's okay to think of scenarios as long as I'm thinking of the good ones and the bad ones. Because anxiety basically is imagining only the bad scenarios, right? And that's not a good thing to do because a lot of the times it's not even accurate. You make up stuff in your head ahead of time, and that is absurd to do. So the opposite of anxiety, in my opinion, which is not an educated opinion, it's just my experience. Yeah, well, I want to thrive. I want to have a great life. I want to be a happy person, a dynamic person, and I want to make as much music as I can, and with like an unbelievable amount of love that I found of life, of myself, of my family. That I am 92% a full version of me. You know, I'm not perfect by any means. I've got a lot of things that I got to work on. Yes, I'm doing better. And okay, so I imagined all the worst case scenarios, right? I screw up, my voice sucks, the energy sucks, I forget the songs, the performance is just kind of people are like, okay. So you can also imagine the other part of it is that what if I do well and people really like it, and then I make it to the second round, and then I play guitar songs and piano songs again, and I could do different ones that they hadn't heard yet. And then if I got to the finals, I would want to save my best songs that would hopefully include some sing along parts with the audience, you know. Sort of save my best for last. I don't know if I could do that. Could I do that? It's funny because Wednesday nights I have my kids. So I feel guilty. 92% PW fan. I like it. I'll take it. That's a wonderful number. Anyway, this is the bonus. So say I make it to the finale, and say I win the competition. I'll feel super good. I will get that studio time. And another cool component is that my song would be played on the radio. And it warms my heart to think about. It's a country station up here. And they play Noah Kahan, which is really cool. And if they play my song, I would be so psyched. In fact, if there's anything that I would be sad about, it's that my song wouldn't be played on the radio. Because it'd be like, oh, it's so close. Because I don't know, I would just love the idea of the song being on a radio in like a car shop or a bookstore, or someone's in their car or a deli. Having my song be on in the background would be so wonderful to think about. Just for that moment, maybe it's just adding a little bit of joy to whatever and whoever's around. It'll be uplifting, hopefully. And it's a song that I wrote for my kids, which is helpful for my guilty bad father conscience, you know, because I'm doing this for myself, but I am also doing it for them. It's a weird narcissism mixed with selfishness, mixed with generosity, mixed with attempted humility, wrapped up, trying to figure itself out. And that's where I am right now. So if I can imagine a song being played on the radio, I will think, well, I didn't wait all these 40 plus years for nothing. I worked on songs and I never gave up on music. No matter how bad my depression got, I would always come back into music. And then the songs that I wrote and recorded would go away. I honestly have about 8 albums of stuff recorded that I haven't released, that I fell out of love with, that I think kind of stink, that don't sound good sonically, just the audio quality. But they're just in my head and they are in my computer. And yes, music is my thing. And I want to feel like an athlete with music. That's the theme of this week. I think I mentioned it the other night. I didn't stream last night because my heart wasn't in it. And it's not because I didn't want to or I could have. But it's funny because if I play 7 nights a week, that means 7 days a week, there's an hour or 2 or 3 that I am lost in my favorite realm. Yeah, well, life is overwhelming, for sure. Yeah. But I try to imagine, for as much as I have imagined the worst case scenario in the future, it's a bad habit that my brain has. I have also imagined the best case scenario. I just do that less often. And I think maybe not nearly as often as I should. Or I do imagine the high of my dream coming true. But I try to shed the embarrassment of it not coming true all this time, if that makes sense. If I was better, if I was going to make it, don't you think I would have made it by now? That's what I tell myself. But at the same time, I just think, well, what a cool story it is to find success in the middle of your life. It would make for, I hope I have many years left. I hope I live till I'm, 80. So it would make it that, I have some good years left in me and I want to make the most of them. That's my mission that I would be on. Once your dream comes true, make the most of your dreams. That's my goal. That's my plan. So if people like this song that I play, maybe they'll come see or want to hear my other songs, and maybe they'll like those. Because on my YouTube channel are 2 of my favorite songs that I've done recently, and one's 6 years old, one's slightly less old. Anyway, I feel like I'm just going to keep playing, and I'm going to play my best at the competition. If I don't make it, that's okay. My coworkers will be happy that I tried. Yes, you're right. You're right. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Learn to love yourself in a way that is like not rigid. Don't think of yourself as you have to fit in within boundaries in order for yourself to feel self-love. I think for me, the idea is if I shrink the fear and the anxiety and the sadness and the regret, if I shrink that, that makes more space for the excitement about what's, yes, I know my coworkers are the best. That's why I've stayed up my job for 3 years now. I really like the people I work with. And I will be sad when I have to leave them at some point. Because if my dream comes true, I do want to go on a tour and take that risk of being out in the wild with me trying to sell merch and figure out how to navigate cities and set up on a stage. And, you know, there's so many things that I would have to change and adapt to. So I would leave my coworkers behind eventually, but I really enjoy working with them. So yeah, they've come out to a couple of my shows, which has been great. And they're very kind. They also know that if they don't go, they have to see me the next day. So coworkers kind of make a captive audience because they could easily back out and not make it. And I wouldn't say a word. I would keep the performance chill. If I made it through the next round, I'd be like, I made it. If I didn't make it through the next round, I'd be like, I didn't make it. Either way, they'd be happy. So this song, I imagine it being played on the radio or in a car, or someone driving through a cornfield. I imagine it being played around a campfire. I imagine it being, I don't know, something people that they can dance to when it's snowing outside or dance in a sunny meadow, you know. Yeah, it's true. Who says I haven't written those songs already? Anyway, this one is called The Spark. The day you were born, how was I to forget those eyes? The power of a hurricane, the beauty of a new sunrise. Someday I'll say my goodbyes. What more is there to say? I love you, please don't cry. Everybody, I'll be the moon to guide you home tonight. I'll be the sun to bathe you in light. Don't believe anything they say is real. You will feel your way through the dark. You're absolutely right, Freda. But it's funny, as I was saying, they don't feel like fans. The self-critic in me tells me they're coming out of guilt avoidance. Like they don't actually want to hear my music, they're just doing it because they know they would have to suffer me being in a bad mood the next day. I have them right where they want them. I manipulated them. I said, oh, this dream of mine, if you don't support it, you are a callous, thoughtless, and cruel person. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I would be fine with it. But it's fun to think about them the next day. If they backed out, I would say, wouldn't it be great if I worked with co-workers who supported my dream instead of going home and watching some garbage TV show and scanning their phone for hours at a time? I'm just kidding, I wouldn't do that. That's ridiculous, Peter. I know you're wondering, you have so many questions for me. I promise you this, I will answer to the best of my abilities. Someday I'll say my goodbyes. What more is there to say? I love you, please don't cry. I'll be the moon to guide you home tonight. I'll be the sun to bathe you in light. You're right. You're always right. You make excellent sense, Freda. That's what I appreciate about your brain. You seem to write very interesting things with a lot of wisdom and character behind them. If you did that at work, they would quit if you're that nuts. I have a feeling if you deny having wisdom and good thoughts, I have a feeling your self-critic might be worse than mine. I think everybody has a different name for it. But it's good to keep track of your thoughts, honestly. And really truly figure out if they are the kinds of thoughts you want to be having. That's an important thing to figure out in life. You only get one brain. You only get one time to think whatever you want to think, however you want to think it. You only get one time to feel however you're supposed to feel and however you're supposed to express it. These are things that are difficult to know how to do, when to do, if to do at all. I constantly think about emotions and when's the right time to express them. I have no idea if I'm good at that or not. I don't think I am. I think I'm horrible at it. And I think that music is my way of like at least taking the edges off my horrible understanding of my emotional state at any particular time. I think that's why I stay away from the world a lot of the time as much as I can, not out of avoidance, but an adoration of isolation. And also, people are confusing to me and they're unpredictable. I overthink stuff way too much, and I'm probably just like so many people out there. If you're overthinking and you have a loud inner critic, these are two things that work against you. Because it's an important thing to figure out what exactly is overthinking. Where is the exterior, the threshold to overthinking? I don't know. But I do know that it's 9:10. I've been going for an hour now. I think it does. I think music helps me. I think for so long, for some crazy reason, I never wanted to tell people I was a musician and songwriter. Even while I was in my basement playing, even while I was out on the street playing for money, in between musical performances, life could feel quite tense and stressful for me for no reason. I'm making up all this stress, things to worry about, things that seem so important to my probably OCD brain. Weakness being a dude. Well, yeah, it's true. Weaknesses are often strengths in disguise, though, I think. And that's a good way to look at life. That's a good way to look at things. Is that a lot of the times, just because you have thought so poorly of yourself for so long doesn't mean you were telling yourself the truth. Yes, you're right. Society installs a self-perception that is largely of us being, um, a lot of the times, having a pretty poor opinion of ourselves. That's a pretty universal thing that people have, and it's okay to admit that's what you have. Yes, it's false, but it feels so real. It feels like in my years on this planet, I can look back to times where my brain was telling me things. Arcaxium, hello. Welcome. I was just getting deep, as I tend to do. I love going down the rabbit hole. We're just talking about self-perception, self-loathing, my competition in 2 nights, and how I think music helps be therapy for me, but at the same time, I feel cut off from the world, but at the same time, I feel connected to it. It's so weird that dualities can exist in your mind. 2 things can exist at the same time. That's the theme of tonight, is the duality of life, the duality of life and death. And I don't think in black and white. I don't think in one or the other. I think of a whole black, gray, white area in between a lot of the times. So whenever I'm playing, a lot of the times I'm stuck in the darkness. Sometimes I'm in the light, but yeah, playing music in public, liking music, playing music in public started with guys, so that definitely falls. Duality, yes, we have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 lungs. You know, we've got 2 of a lot of things, and we've got 1 of a lot of things too. I always wondered why we didn't have 2 hearts. I mean, we got 2 lungs, 2 kidneys. Come on, why not 2 hearts? A backup heart? Hello? Why haven't we done this, people? I'm just kidding. Maybe that'll be in our lifetime. Maybe I should finish my song. Anyway, I hope this song is played on the radio. I'll be the moon to guide you home tonight. I'll be the sun to bathe you in light. Don't believe anything they say is real. You will feel your way through the dark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. This is where the orchestra would appear on stage. It would just be the song, but with strings. I can hear it in my head. It's what drives me crazy. Thank you so much, Freda. I appreciate it. I'm going to rock on. I'm going to turn my mistakes into victories. I'm going to turn my fears into desires. I'm going to turn my future into what I've always been dreaming of. And I want you to have a front row seat. You see, I've watched the people play the lottery. 5 numbers, I think, between 1 and 30 or something. And they could play the same number thousands and thousands and thousands of times and never win. They could play for 40 years the same number every time. They could buy multiple tickets. They could do it every day of their life. And they've spent tens of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But just living with that hope that maybe tomorrow all of your money problems would disappear. Maybe that is somewhat of a priceless thing to give to people. So I think of my music career as a lottery ticket, playing the numbers over and over again. Sometimes to make it through my day, all I need to do is imagine, what if I'm right? All I need to do is imagine, what if all my visions weren't delusions, but predictions, and surprisingly accurate predictions? What if all of this is not a coincidence? What if nothing is an accident? What if everything is designed? That's right, you're right, putting myself out there, and that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use my kitchen and my iPad to just put myself out there, and ultimately, this is the permanent record, you know? I mean, obviously it could get deleted, and it could get removed. But I like the idea of somebody finding this dude in his kitchen who talks all the time about his dream, sometimes interrupting songs, just to ramble on and on about stuff that possibly nobody cares about. But I also love the idea of kitchen, stage, no garage. I think the garage, I'm going to do, well, garage, I can improve that. I just screwed up technically last time. I think garage, all it would take is just this iPad out in front of it. I know it's not the greatest, but so tomorrow I'm going to a studio later afternoon that has a wonderful piano in it and some good lighting. I'm going to meet with them about what a live stream from there would be like. Cost and process and all of that. I might just do it once because I don't think they want to do it multiple times. But it would sort of be like a proof of concept for what I want to do with my live stream. I would love to have a guitar and a piano. I would love to have multiple cameras. I would love to have good miking, good lighting, and to really try to put on a good show, put on a good performance. Ultimately, maybe I'll completely screw it all up, you know? I don't know. I know, I love the piano. Whenever I play the guitar, I feel like I'm cheating on the piano. I think it's a fun little game I play with myself. I think the piano knows it's important to have the guitar in my life. The piano knows that I love both. And someday, interesting point, very interesting point. You make excellent points, Freda. Like when you first learned to walk. Yeah, I like it. That's a wonderful metaphor. If that's what you mean. I really appreciate your words. one I wrote in Philadelphia. Crying when you're not playing. It's, oh my God, it's alive. It's good to be alive, isn't it? I lived in Philadelphia from 2003 to 2008. And that was like my third album I recorded there that I never released. I had big plans for it. I sat on it for months. I listened to it all the time, and then I eventually forgot about it. And I would listen to it in my car, driving up and down Kelly Drive on the Schuylkill River, and then down, I think, Martin Luther King Boulevard on the other side. And I think it was like a 5-mile, I think it was like a 10-mile trip. Maybe it was a 6-mile, I'm not sure. But I would drive down the road at night just listening to the song. And my head, I was so excited about the music. I would do that night after night after night. And here I am years later doing the same thing night after night after night. And it's wild to know that I've had thousands of nights of like that kind of dopamine hit. And I never thought that I would remember the songs again. But it brings me back to that time of driving my minivan around at night on Kelly Drive, which is kind of a windy sort of 45-mile-an-hour speed limit along like a river that's kind of nuts. It's kind of insane. It's a wonderful, I'm surprised there aren't more accidents. Yes, it is. Music is vital to my well-being, but I struggled with the concept of needing having something that I'm always trying to get better at, having something that's always occupying my mind. Yes, I love my memories, but I also know that there are good memories, but there are also memories that I probably revisit and relive way too often. And I use those bad memories as predictors of the future sometimes, not all the time. Yeah. So, music, I think, when I'm in the moment where time has stopped, represents a space that I visit over and over and over and over and over again, where I'm floating, but I'm perfectly peaceful and happy and content. So I think that's what music always represents to me. And getting to narrate it is wonderful on a live stream. Getting to talk about it is wonderful. I never know if I'm talking too much or too little, if I'm making any sense. Yes, get past your past. Oh, I love the repetition of that. I think I was thinking about that last night when I wasn't playing. Get past your past. That's what we were going to put on the shirts, right? Wasn't that the plan? Yepers! Anyway, this is the song that I was listening to. I did the drums that were like, and the bass was like a. I don't even know if I still have that recording. I think I still have it on a CD. Freaking CD! A physical copy of music. It exists outside of the internet. It is yours. It is mine. You keep it. Nobody can shut it off as long as you have electricity for a CD player. You know? You like CDs. I haven't held a CD in years. I haven't put it, and that's on me. That's my fault. I totally accept that I have ADD brain. I have depression, anxiety, nonsense all the time. It's all excuses, I know. But the idea of taking a CD, putting it into a CD player, hitting play, and liking all the songs, that's a rare thing, but it's a beautiful thing. It happens. I love whole albums. So my album is almost done, and it's driving me nuts because I just last night found a song that I've been looking for. So now it's got 14 songs. I don't have any VHS, but I do remember VHS quite fondly. I don't know any Pantera songs, no. I wish I did. I don't know. I don't have any covers. So I'm gonna play one more, and then I'm gonna call it quits for the evening. I'm gonna be performing tomorrow night I'll be doing a live stream either from my friend Rob's or from the kitchen or from this other studio that I hope I could do like a test run with a piano and then maybe sort of like a preview of what I'm going to do. I don't know. Fingers crossed. I love playing at Rob's. It's the piano that I get to play there. If it's not the garage, it's the garage, and it's the piano that I normally play in his house. That's my grandmother's old piano. And the story with the piano is that she was classically trained. She was the leader of her choir and music at her church. So she played the organ with her feet and hands while people were walking in. She could read music. I like Rob's too, I agree. Because she was married to somebody who I think didn't appreciate her music enough. And when he passed away, she bought this piano that is at Rob's house for herself. That at the time she felt was like a Corvette the Corvette of pianos. And I do believe she probably played a decent amount, possibly alone. And I wonder what that was like for her. I don't know. But that piano has already been played so much by me that it already has whatever energy I have transferred into it. If pianos have souls or absorb souls or both, that piano to me, it's all over the album. I spent so much time with it when I was recording the album, almost a year and a half, almost every day, working on songs and recording and playing, and I love that thing. So I hope I get to play that piano, but I also love playing for the neighborhood. Last week I played, and the live stream sucked because I screwed it up technologically. But if I could get it right, the speaker was pointed out to the neighborhood, and I could tell it was loud enough that people could hear it, but not like distorting, and it wasn't like somebody blasting heavy metal or something. It felt wonderful to have. It was a phoenix for her. Interesting. It was wonderful to see people walk by with their dogs and stop and look up the driveway because I was looking down the driveway at like a very quiet neighborhood. And I saw a couple of cars drive by very slowly. And in my mind, while I was playing, I was like, that could mean a couple of things. One, they like it and want to find the source of where somebody's singing and playing piano. Two, they don't like it and they're trying to figure out that's too loud. We need to tell them to turn it down. So in my head, it was back and forth. It was like, they like it. This is cool. They're driving around. They can hear me singing. They can hear me playing. This is what I want to do every day of my life. I want to do it through speakers to people sitting in an audience. I want to share my invisible energy with them, and therefore their invisible energy returns to me. And it's what I was put on this earth to do, gosh darn it. It's just the truth. Boom! Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow night, I will be live streaming. Wednesday night is the competition. Thursday night, I'm probably going to take off from streaming. I'm playing at the restaurant Friday night. The live streams have not technologically worked well. For some reason, I'm screwing something up. Saturday, I'm playing on the waterfront on this little dock that is right on the lake. The lake is like below me, and I play on this wooden old dock, and there's like benches and stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of good stuff ahead. I'm just going to keep playing. I'm going to keep trying to figure out this brain of mine. I appreciate your time so very much. I appreciate your thoughts. And I'm excited for what comes next. And go to bed tonight thinking good things. That's my message always. It's easier to sleep when you're already dreaming, right? And then wake up in the morning with a planned thought in your head that you're excited about. All right. Pick it out. Be like something about tomorrow that you're excited about. All right. I know I sound like a self-help person. I'm sorry. But yes, thank you so much. You rock. Thumbs up to you. I appreciate your time and your words. And I'll see you real soon, okay? You have a wonderful night. All right. Rock and roll. Mwah. Oh no.